Happy Monday, Las Vegas. We're dancing, and I hope everyone had a safe and fun holiday weekend.
It was fantastic. Today kicks off $1 Million Mondays on our show. Every Monday this month, we're going to feature a star from $1 Million Quartet as our guest host, and they have to all be really, really good looking and really, really talented,
And smell really good.
And today, Rob Lyons, who plays Carl Perkins, joins us at the round table. Great to see you again. How are you?
Thank you. I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me.
You guys are in your third year, 1000th show. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
Yes. Tell us about the show for people who've not gone to see you yet.
If you haven't come and seen the show yet, obviously, it's based at Sun Records in 1956 in Memphis, Tennessee. You've got Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins. They all united for a jam session.
Now, how did that come about? Was it an accident or was it planned?
It was a little bit of both. The real history is that Carl Perkins, who's the character I play, he was in the studio trying to record a follow-up to his hit Blue Suede Shoes, which you've heard of before.
Ricky, did you wear your blue suede shoes today?
I didn't, but I'll put them on in the commercial.
Okay, I was thinking that earlier.
Yeah,
Okay,
I will.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So Carl Perkins was in the studio trying to follow up the success of Blue Suede Shoes, and Sam Phillips, who ran Sun Studios back in the day, he hired a young piano player by the name of Jerry Lee Lewis, who was 19 years old at the time, to come and just kind of fill out the sound and see where they could go with the music. Just so happens Elvis and Johnny Cash were passing through town, and they both got their start at Sun Studios as well. So
we're going to just drop in.
Sam Phillips made some phone calls. They came in. He got a photographer in, and there's a famous photograph of the four guys kind of around a piano, and that is from that night.
Wow. Now, a lot of people think, unfortunately, that Blue Suede Shoes was Elvis' song, but
yeah, that's right. That's a big part of our show too. We address that for sure.
And so, what is it like playing Carl Perkins? I mean, what is that? I mean, stepping into that role for every night. How many days? 7 days a week?
We do 6 days a week. We do 8 shows over 6 days. Yeah, it's great fun. You know, it's so fun because, you know, you look at the other characters, Elvis, ultra recognizable.
Absolutely.
Johnny Cash, everybody knows and loves Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee. But Carl is kind of like the lesser known of the four, but he was so influential with the music and like music we hear today. You know, the Beatles, they covered 2 of Carl's songs, Honey Don't and Matchbox, you know, and without his influence musically, you wouldn't have a lot of what we hear today.
So in a group of like 4 guy friends today, who was Carl? Like, was he the party guy? Was he just a super talented low-key guy?
So Carl wrote his own music and lyrics, and he also played his own electric lead guitar, whereas, you know, Elvis, Johnny Cash, they didn't, well, Johnny wrote, but a lot of the tradition then was you'd have a song written and then the artist would get up and sing somebody else's song. But Carl was one of the few people, you know, Chuck Berry did that as well, where he wrote his own stuff, and he was kind of considered the poet of rock and roll. Carl was.
Your audience, now, who are the people who come to see you and who just go, oh my gosh?
Well, obviously you've got, you know, the people who grew up with this music, and so they're so fun to talk to at the end of every gig, because they're just like, oh my gosh, you brought me back to where we were. Yeah, their first kiss and all this really sweet. But then the music is so timeless that it translates as well to a younger audience. So we do see quite a few younger people in the audience.
Do you have a favorite song from the show?
I love playing Long Tall Sally, and that's Elvis actually sings that song. But the first thing that got me into rock and roll was when I saw, this is a little bit embarrassing, but I watched the movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger many years ago, and the opening credit scene is they're all in a helicopter going over the jungle, and Little Richard's version of Long Tall Sally is playing on a boombox, and I won't say how old I was when I saw that, but it really had an impact on me. So now
it's so random.
Yeah, it's super random, and now I have a job where I get to play that song that got me excited about rock and roll. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, I love that. That's a great memory. Who would even make that connection?
We'll have to rent the movie now.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad you're here with us today.
It's good to be here.
Sound off on our sounding topics, our trending topics.